forgot it existed somehow. And I've not been paired versus any of it, not saw any of it. I don't know if it's because the metagame adjusted or the play style wasn't great or the deck wasn't great or what, but we played it, 3 or 4 times on stream, 3 or 4 times off stream, and I felt pretty confident with the deck. This was obviously weeks ago, so we're just gonna load it back up unchanged. I still hate this Field of Rune, and see where we get. Basically, I'm gonna try to hit all of our favorite decks before rotation. We don't have blue mana, but I think this is a keep anyway. There's enough blue mana in the deck that we'll probably draw one soon. And any mana at all, let's just like cycle out Haze of Pollen. Alright, so this is one of those matchups that's obscenely hard. It seems like it's died out. I'm not exactly sure why in one top 8 at the MTGO PTQ this weekend. But yeah, it's definitely not been a very heavily played deck for sure. Could be because there's a bunch of new decks like this blue deck that like we just will not beat this blue deck in a million years unless they draw insanely bad. So it could just be that there's a bunch more bad matches in the format. I'm not actually sure, but like how do you beat 1, 2, 3 from a deck that has counter spells, Seems like we were dead before this match started. Well, we can discard that one. And then we'll play this. I mean, he's attacking for 7 next turn. So even if he doesn't add anything to the board, he's damn near attacking for lethal. And if he has a counterspell, the game's basically over. We don't have the luxury of being able to play around anything in this spot either. We just have to jam. Because even like a Merfolk Trickster basically puts lethal on the table. Well, that could be a real life issue, but it's certainly not. It's certainly not a paper issue, right? So he obstructionist the Teferi trigger. That means they might attack Teferi. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, we're just dead. I definitely think they drew this Curie Obsession. But like I said, I don't think this deck is remotely beatable. We are just dead in this match. There's not much we can do about it. I think we're going to bring a bunch of these in. We're going to take like these slower cards out. The worst counterspell out. They're not, surprisingly, actually not very aggressive. I think this is how we're going to roll. Yeah, we're just going to go like this. I know I was not able to find a single paper Nexus of Fate, which was pretty discouraging for me. By the way, you are still awake. That is quite impressive. I just realized I don't have my Streamlabs open because I am perfect streamer. Why would I ever do anything not perfectly? So you kind of played this deck hoping to beat on the red-black decks, but I think even the red-black decks have kind of adjusted to this deck at this point. Can't keep this. Oh. Yeah, can't keep this. Can keep this, but I mean, counter spells are going to be brutal if he has them. If they put a Curious Obsession on this, we can basically concede. Keeping the second Teferi because they have a bunch of negates, a bunch of Jace's defeats, and a bunch of spell pierces and wizard's retorts. So I feel like the odds of us actually resolving a Teferi is probably not high. Thank you, Blade Ogre. I appreciate that. He came just in time to watch us lose to one of our favorite decks in an absolutely unwinnable match. And there's the Curious Obsession. Curiously, this game is over. I wonder why. I wonder how. Oh me, oh my. Well, we've not drawn a counterspell, so it's not like we can play around things. Have fun, opponent, with your 5 cards. The majority of them will very likely be counterspells. And we're on a 2-turn clock, so it's not like we can wait and try to play around the Spell Pierce or something. We just have to Jiminy Jam and hope. Yes, 3 Curious Obsessions were dead. They did not. So maybe all 4 cards in her hand are lands? Ooh. Can't be Jace's defeated, so it's probably the better one to play. Obviously can still be negated or spell pierced. Or wizard's retorted. Yeah, this is just an unwinnable match. I'm like 9-0 with Wizards versus Bant or something. No, I'm not. I lost one game on Magic Online, but they were playing on Magic Arena, but it was a best of 1 match. We had a medium draw, so we didn't get to use our sideboard, and they were playing the Hour of Promise build. But that's the only match I've ever lost to it. I've never lost an actual 2 out of 3 match to the deck. Just have way too many counterspells in the sideboard. Can't really contend with it. But it's okay. This week isn't about winning. It's about playing all of our favorite decks one more time before rotation. Because rotation happens in like 2 or 3 weeks now. So, could care less about the results. Just trying to have some fun. I actually think this hand is a keep. Like, we can easily cycle one of these lands, and then we have a Fog and one of our Nexus of Fates. Arena does allow best of 3, but at the time we didn't have the gold for the best of 3 event, so we were playing one of the more casual events to try to earn the gold. We often play the more casual event on Arena too because it's just quicker. For some reason, there's a lot of dead time in the... What's our opponent playing? We're getting junded. That's new. Well, for some reason, there's a lot of dead air, I guess is a way to phrase it. I'm not sure. In the best of 3, it's like people don't want to play their turn for whatever reason. They just kind of just sit there a lot more. I guess they're trying harder. I don't know. It's just awkward. But we do play some occasionally. Well, it's unfortunate that we only had 1 card in our hand we wanted to keep, and the Doomfall is going to take it. What's the chances they don't have a mountain and we can just get them? Probably no reason not to try it. I assume they're going to have a mountain, but... Um, I remember liking the first Ravnica's limited, but not the second very much. No, we actually drew another card we wanted. How rude, opponent. We just want to draw like a search for Azcanta. Not another land, though another land's obviously not that bad. They did have a basic mountain, and we know this now. Alright, just 3 Doom Balls. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't care about the Nexus of Fate at all. Just want to top deck a Teferi or a card draw spell. That is neither of those. Would have even accepted a Karn, even though a Karn would have probably gotten contempted at this point. Carney T? Ooh. Gonna play this main phase because we might draw a search for Azcanta or a come into play tap land. Alright, so hopefully they don't have too much going on here. That's good for us. I assume they're going to have a contempt at this point in the game. Take care, man. Enjoy your day. I'm streaming now, by the way, to try to help my sleep schedule so we can hang out more of the evenings and stuff. Like making a conscious effort to trying to change it so I can spend more time with everyone. I know I've been kind of AWOL the past week. Well, they didn't have the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and tick this up in case they're being cute. Normally, you play the Nexus first to give yourself a chance or a chance to redraw it. So I want to draw a card. Just want to do it like this. That's just stupid. There's no reason not just to shuffle the Nexus back in. And if they don't have a contempt, the game's over. Like, just not going to brick at this point, especially after we flip to search. I say contempt, but I mean a way to stop Teferi. And obviously that means instant speed way to stop Teferi at this point. Oh wow, we bricked. Brick City. Okay, opponent's done, and opponent should have been done. Like, there's no reason for him to play that. Alright, so we saw Carnage Tyrant from our opponent, so I'm going to bring in the Cleansing Nova just in case. What else do we want? I actually think I'm going to bring in this Nezahal. No, that's just too damn cute. Too damn cute, I say. I think I will bring in a couple of negates, though. They don't seem particularly aggressive, so I think we can cut these. Do we want to bring in the Nezahal or the Lyra for the last card? Just basically trying to bring in another kill condition. Um, as odd as this sounds to say, most of the Jund decks I get paired with, it feels like they have access to. I'm actually going to keep this hand too. It feels like they have access to and play Lost Legacy usually. Which is why I was looking at like alternate kill conditions there. I've not read enough of the spoilers to give any remotely accurate assessment of that. Unfortunately, I am definitely behind on my spoiler reading. Sorry, I wish I could give more info. There's obviously going to be some kind of like Assassin's Trophy deck. It's just what's going to be the finisher. I know Brendan Nikindio's still high on Bone Dragon, so like maybe Bone Dragon will do something. Cycle this thing because we have all the lands in our deck. Jam this. Play this for one. Don't care really how many cards they draw. Up we go. Actually, kind of want this card. Don't want this card. I'm really hoping that some of these cool Demir cards that we see, like with Sunveil, the new Spectre, and stuff like that, I'm really hoping we see some play out of those. That's what I want to see. Field of Ruin. Well, pretty easy to cycle this one here. The fogs aren't particularly great in this match anyway. I just like a couple because they can protect the fairy. And I'm actually just going to jam Teferi here. I assume our first couple of Teferis usually die in a match like this. But this one's particularly good because we get instant gratification out of the irrigated farmland cycle. So even if he has the thing, we don't care too much. And it's him not drawing 2 cards that turn, which is not nothing. They don't have a green mana yet, but they do have a Field of Runes to find it. That resolves, don't care too much. So they have a Field of Runes, so we have to play the island first. And we're just going to pass here. We're not going to cycle because if we draw something that costs more than 2 mana that we want to keep, we would have been in trouble. Also, anything that costs more than 4 mana, we'd have also been in trouble had we not played the gift. And we're under no pressure. Look how apparently I closed my Steam Labs again because I'm not bright. There they are. Sorry, guys. Alright, now that card's actually pressure. It's 3 cards every turn, but we have no way to counter it, so we just have to pass and then draw and see what we have. Charter Course. Discard that. Play that. So they don't get a card off chart this turn. Or, sorry, off Glint this turn. Derp. Of Question is, do we want to actually cast Settle the Wreckage or not? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just cycle to Haze of Pollen and see where we get. Another Doomfall. Yeah, well, we're losing all of our spells. We could have cycled to look for a negate there, but I value my Teferi more than I do the Nexus of Fate, so I didn't want to risk losing to Teferi here. Obviously, it'll be a negate right on top of my deck, and we'll instantly regret things. This search is kind of a simular feelings. Yeah, simular feeling. I think that's a word. Uptick. I guess I would rather play this one. But we can't flip the search anyway due to that. We're going to tap our two basics. Because if he uses the Field of Rune, it gives us another mana this way. So we'd be able to cycle. Without a lot of fault. I assume they won't use the Field of Runes though. Especially now that we're showing search. We get an extra card there. They're still at 8 cards. We have 7 more mana than them at the moment. Or have drawn 7 more that we know of. Oh wow, they don't actually have a way to kill Teferi. Wild. Or maybe they're waiting to see if they can get through a negate. It's another glint. And a Phoenix. Well, that's pretty nice for us. So now we get to see if we can just win. He tapped his Field of Runes too, so now we get to flip our search. I messed up. I should have had to stop during my upkeep. That was a play mistake. Up we go. Play this, cast this, and see if we can go infinite. None of those are technically infinite. Could just take the Cleansing Nova though. Let's see if we hit here. We did not. Let's start with an untap. Boom. It didn't hit there either. Okay, well, let's do the 3-1 first. Guess we're going to destroy all creatures here. Yes, we know he gets that back. We're fine with that. I think we probably drew enough cards in that unless he has a Lost Legacy that we'll be able to just win next turn. Then again, I thought we were going to win that turn, so maybe I'm just wrong. I could have charter coursed and held up mana for Glimmer this turn, but I really wanted to have the opportunity to get a negate potentially. Those aren't negates. Nah, not in the greatest spot. Got a long way to go. Veraska. Well, that doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything at all, in my opinion. So let's count our mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 technically. Don't want out of review. Still didn't get there. Technically, if we get there on this one, we'd still have enough. I didn't get there on that one either. Gonna just go ahead and jam that, even though it doesn't really do anything. Have to keep 2 mana up. I have to keep 2 mana up for the Hazel Pollen anyway. Could have Glimmered, but it's just such a high likelihood, I think, that they could have a discard spell here. Didn't want to cast Search because they already have a a Relic Seeker in play. Guess we could have held up Settled Wreckage. None of the cards in our hand I particularly care about. Probably care about Glimmer and Settled, the top 1 and 2. And that's game, folks. We can't beat that. We even sideboarded out the Karn's Temple Sundering. Alright, so this game's got a lot more difficult at this point. I mean, we can technically beat that card, obviously. But it looks like we're on the Karn make some dude plans. Or get the Nissa here in a little while plan. It is not a plan we're happy to be on. They are down to 7, though. Nissa can just win here, by the way. With the amount of life they have. I don't think we got rid of our Nissa this game. JK, we got rid of our Nissa this game. So we can only win with this Karn. Messed up. Oh my god, I just punted. Why did I tap that color mana? Alright, we now officially cannot win. If I just held up the mana, I think we still had a good shot. Just going to concede. Wait, which one do you attack? Yeah. Just going to concede because I punted. Oh, I think we had a shot at this game had I not did that. So bad. Spring in this one. Spring in this one and this one. I'm actually going to bring in the Karn's Temporal Sundering too. Get rid of Cleansing Nova, the Supreme Will, and since they have so many ways to stop these, one of them, I'm going to remove another Haze of Pollen as well. I'm just going to remove like most of the Haze of Pollens. I want my Supreme Will back. Can't believe I punted that game. I mean, I can believe it. I am a dum-dum, but obviously rewarded with unplayable hand into unplayable hand. Thanks, Moto. Guess I'm going to sack all the farmland. That's pretty nice. It's probably good enough for us to use a settled wreckage. Don't really want to ramp them, but also don't want to let them draw cards because that Pursuito ramps them. At least none of the cards in our hand are any good. That was the best card in our hand, I think. That's weird. Guess I just don't care. That's a card we don't care about. Oh look, multiple Doomfalls. So we have to hit an untap land or negate this turn, or we just put our head down and we feel bad. Now we'll go ahead and tick this up here because I think there's a good chance that they have a contempt or something. And it feels like there's just no reason to uptick it and not get some kind of value out of it. Well, I think we know what they're going to take. I don't know how they still have 5 cards in their hand. Looks like we're going to try to settle that one too. Go ahead and fix their mana up right nice for them. Alright, playing off the top. Teferi, a couple of Teferis theoretically could still win. Like, we're not 100% dead. Feels like an odd card to be in that deck. Doesn't feel like he can get any value out of it. It's literally just like a random make a 2/2 a turn. Occasionally get back a Carnage Tyrant. It just doesn't seem very good. Well, so 11 lands we found in 18 cards too, so that doesn't help. One more draw. I don't really care which one of those he gets. So the only way for us to win right now is like draw Teferi into Fog and he'll not have a Contempt or something. And the 12th land in 19 cards isn't going to do it. After a mulligan because we had 0 colored sources of land in our hand. It's just slightly frustrating. But it's part of the game. Didn't expect a lot when we queued up with this deck. There's a reason it doesn't get played right now. Did think we would win that match though. Found an opponent, and let's see if we can live the 3-0 dream. Come on, red back opponent. That's what we're begging for. Not island opponent. I said red black opponent. Drawn multiple dead cards already. And they missed a land, so they have 5 spells to our 3. Luckily, with the dead cards, we can like try to discard them to chart a course. Get rid of one of the ones that doesn't cycle. Um, Pretty easy to play that. We're not going to jam Teferi here. Of course you would have Glimmer. That's the best card in the match. Um, Probably gonna cast Nexus of Fate at the end of their turn. Alright, well I have to go for it now then. Because if they don't have a negate or a syncopate, we kind of go a little crazy. Kind of weird to me. That was kind of weird to me. I guess we just try to pass turn and do Nexus of Fate things. So disallow. So I get 2 turns in a row to try to do things with if this resolves. If it doesn't resolve, they're using a hard counter spell. Well, it's not a hard counter spell. It's kind of like a bad counter spell. Just keep making the same plan. If they use Durascanta here, we're just going to slam Nexus of Fate. This resolves again, we get 2 turns. Did not resolve. I'm actually just going to cast a fairy here. Let's try another one. They've got to be running out of them sooner or later. They've already played 3 disallows. Now they get to resolve their Teferi, unfortunately, or a cast out. They've already cycled one of their cast outs as well, so We've drawn 14 lands to their 8. Makes it really hard to compete. The main deck Walking Ballista? Not sure what they're tapping 1,000 mana for. I think that was more than 5. Actually, just gonna go ahead and flip that. Assume they're gonna Field of Ruin. We have Charter Course, Karn's Temple Sundering, and another Azcanta. We'll take the other Azcanta. Don't want out of review. That's fine. So I found another hard counter spell. Oh wow, they have the approach kill condition? Well, we're 100% dead and can't win then. That's game, boys and girls. We have no outs to that. I thought we were just gonna like easily win, and then like we easily lost. Wild. I'm gonna pass here and try to be cute. Hope that they use that Azcanta or whatever. So now we get 2 turns to do whatever we want. Don't want you. Do want you. We cast about 1,000 things here. He might have to commit this one. There's a good chance that commits the last counterspell in his hand, though, so. What do we get? We're going to get a Charter Course? I think? Yeah. Not sure why he's using that now. He doesn't get to untap. He might think he gets a turn. He doesn't get a turn unless I messed up. I don't think that goes to the graveyard. Alright, so first of all, let's uptick this to start. And second of all, let's minus on the Teferi because he'll probably counterspell that. Though he really just has to save his counterspells now, and he wins. I messed up there. I messed up there pretty hard. Yeah, definitely going to lose this game. Oh, I was supposed to cast a Charter Course before. I don't think we can win this game anyway, but I mean, maybe at earlier points in the game we could have when we wasn't so far behind, but we've been so far behind for a while that we couldn't win. I don't think there's a second Supreme Will in our deck. Yeah, I think I just played this game bad. I don't think I sequenced very well. Just kind of want to sit here and be sad. We definitely want all of these. I ended up not getting to go to a single game day. I was pretty salty about it. I kind of want these because they've been playing Sorcerer's Spyglass quite a bit. Probably don't actually want this. We definitely want to get rid of the fogs. Probably settle and then like some number of gifts. One moment, yes. We will play first. We will keep. Hey! What's up, man? Hope everything's going well. So it's pretty easy start with that. How have you been doing? Yeah, I wasn't a giant fan of the playmat, but I still thought it was cool enough to play for. Really need to hit this land here. Land hit, so at least that's useful. Would protect this with the negate. I guess we won't protect that with a negate. We'll try to catch up on clock a little bit. Not put that in our graveyard because of the brawl. It's fine. Multiple hard counter spells. That feels pretty good. I guess that goes to the graveyard. Really just want lands here. Yeah, brawl sideboard plans are just fun. Having 4 mana? We'll counterspell it. We get the loot, which is sweet too. Really helps us find one of our lands. I think I am going to keep one of these. Just makes it so much easier to like combo and do weird stuff if you have a gift, as opposed to if you don't. Brawl's one of my favorite things about that wizard deck we play too. It'll never kill us when we're at 23 life. That's just a stone cold fact. How will you ever deal 23 damage? Torrential Gear Hulk. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. For some reason I forgot this was a magic card. I kind of forgot it was a magic card. Well, that's not good. That's a pretty significant mistake. Well, you got us. I'm certainly not playing well today, am I? Don't think we'll put that in our graveyard. Actually, yeah, I'm going to flip that even though it kind of is just throwing it away. I want the ramp out of it. I want negate for things that they can play after this turn. Obviously, like, that's worst case for us because they'll have a counter spell to stop that, and then they'll shuffle it away with the Fielder Rune. We just got clobbered. Just got clobbered. And a history? I didn't know they still played the history sideboard plans. I think Rossum does, but I'm not sure anybody else does. I guess I just play these and let them die. They're legitimately not doing anything else. Also, don't know why I didn't tap the Gift of Paradise. I just assumed he would counterspell to Fairy. I don't know. I legitimately just assumed they would counterspell to Fairy. Why didn't I cast Nexus of Fate on my turn and just hope they didn't have a counterspell? So we get multiple turns here? Guess they have multiple counterspells? They about have to have cast out or something, right? They literally not have anything? I was supposed to cast Nexus of Fate first. Oh, that was so bad. I'm playing terrible. Also have this thing, so should probably play it first. I like how I like how we played perfectly and got rewarded. Played perfectly and got rewarded. I don't want to hear anything other than that. So we have one extra, or we have 2 turns banked. Played perfectly, rewarded. So we currently have 2 turns banked, or 1 turn banked now. I wanted to bank multiple turns. I don't really have enough mana for everything anyway. So we have one more turn after this turn. Just kind of want to draw a negate now. I should have used Ascanta before Teferi. Because if we hit negate, we could have downticked Teferi. I'm pretty sure we still have one more turn. I'm pretty confident he doesn't have a counter spell as well. If I'm mistaken, we have one more turn after this one. Where's the negate at? Good enough. Chases defeat. I'm not casting the card draw spells because I wanted to just kill his lands. Like, we have turns banked. So until we're like running out of gas, we're infinite at this point. I don't know why you're using that, but it doesn't hurt for you to use it. Where are you at? Oh, well, I guess we'll just cast these. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Just trying to get the game over with now. I'm worried more about timing out than anything. And not timing out game 1, but like timing out game 2, or game 3 rather. I just don't think we can lose at this point. I think he could concede and save us all time, but he's clearly not going to. It's hard to find Nezahal, but I'm actually going to flip this time because I don't want to. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Whatever. So I need to have 7 mana untapped afterwards, or 5 rather. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Oh, I apparently forgot to use my Teferi. Apparently forgot to use my Teferi. Just in case I haven't used it. Let him have another turn. Just pressing buttons at this point. It's just quicker to win like this than to tap more spells. He can't mill us. If we ever get to there's 1 card left in our library, we can just play one of these. I could have ticked up the fairy and won this turn. Be honest, for some reason I thought I had a turn banked. Alright, we've shuffled in the fairy, or to fairy in, so whatever. I'm just trying to get the game over with. We only have 6 minutes for the next game. And this just seems like the quickest way to do it. I hate people who won't concede to things like that, by the way. Because it's like you're trying to take advantage of having a better internet connection, and that's like BS crap. Like, I lose easily 6 to 7 minutes a long match because of the latency caused from streaming and stuff. I actually think people who don't concede when they've lost have extremely bad etiquette. I'm not changing anything. Um, because you often don't have a planeswalker out, and you sideboard out the Karn in a decent number of matches, you sideboard out the Nissa in a decent number of matches, so it's only really active when you have Teferi, and when you have Teferi, you generally are winning. So, like, you don't need, like, a card like Urza's Runus Blast or something post Teferi typically. Or post Teferi, post being able to untap with Teferi, I'll rephrase. Yeah, so I'm going to make a lot of play mistakes this game, but what is different, or what's new, we've been making a lot of play mistakes every game, but we certainly just have to play ultra fast now. A lot of F6s. That could be game. Search for Azcanta is so powerful that when somebody plays it on turn 2, the game's often over. We have we have one answer to that in our deck, so it's not the end of the world. Uh, we're gonna have problems this game. We don't have all the time in the world to get out of this. He's named Scattered Grove. I messed up, by the way. I was supposed to cast Charter Course there. But we get to cycle both we get to cycle both Shattered Groves while having. Well, they have 4 cards in hand. They missed a land. Why do they always have to draw more spells? Not sure I even approve of that play, but whatever. Seems like that's not something I care too much about. Kind of just looking for a Nezahal or a Baral. I don't like bringing Knights in versus Baral decks. Cancel, undo, play my land. Cycle. Don't want any of these. That's unfortunate. Goodbye to Fairy. Don't really care about that too much. They put both cards on top. That's probably a bad sign for us. You didn't play a land? Yeah, but if they just draw a land and then untap and play to Fairy, or sorry, not to Fairy, but just basically untap and play something. Yeah, maybe I was playing. I think I've been kind of playing around to Fairy, even though their Spyglass turns it off. We know they're hitting the land off to Ascante anyway. Kind of feel like we're just. Oh, why didn't I block? I took 2 damage I didn't need to take. I'm gonna lose this game. Going to lose this game. Should be at 7. We didn't even hold up the right man to bluff a spell here. Definitely going to lose this game to our savage play mistake. Well, I mean, we could have lost anyway, but like we practically have no chance to win now. We'd be in pretty good shape, I think, if we were still at 6. Not. Like, we don't have any chance to win this game. We drew our brawl way too late. Don't know what I'm looking for here. We don't actually have a draw that matters. We'll put that on top. Maybe we'll hit it and a land. Alright, concede. Was hoping he'd play Ascanta and we'd be able to cast the Nexus of Fate. He didn't, so we lose. Alright, well, we 0-3 this event. A lot of us because I'm playing like trash. Like, really, really bad. Kind of embarrassingly bad. Hey, thank you for the follow, Melanek. Sorry that I'm playing about as bad as a human can play Magic. Also, Kevin from Ohio, thank you for following as well. Again, I apologize for basically needing to be flushed down the toilet. I'm so bad. Feel like Blue-White Control's an easy match too, and I just like did not play well. I'm gonna play the last 2 matches for the stream. I'm gonna try to tighten up my play, but no promises, as I am a trash can. We will concede to our opponents even if we are about to win. I could have miscounted. I thought I only had 5. Oh no, I could play Nexus, but I thought opponent had a counterspell for sure, and I was trying to bait them into playing Search for Ascanta. Or tapping for their Search for Ascanta, and they chose not to. But I'm almost positive I just played Nexus, they counterspell it, so I was giving them an opportunity to make a mistake. I think them making a mistake gave me the highest chance of winning. I don't think I could win if they didn't make a mistake. But yeah, we could have technically played Nexus of Fate. But they'd been missing land drops, so we know their entire hand is just spells. Like everything in their hand is a spell. So they got double swamp. That means this is going to be the Vraska's Contempt build. Nah. Goodbye to Fairy, as expected. So you don't think about it for the rest of the day. That's fair. I'm not gonna think about it though. I'm playing so bad that there's other things to think about besides that. Wait, what did I do wrong? I tapped 3 mana, didn't I? Get over there, son. There you go. Really want out of review. Our hand's pretty good still. Would normally just play Fog during their upkeep or something so we could press F6, but I'm wanting to use their mana for P activations. The roots have been snared. What's the other card he put over there? Oh, a Teferi. What fun that is. You go on top. You go on bottom. Don't know why it's not letting me. Don't know if opponent can play anything that matters here. Don't think that matters, for example. You can have a magma spray. I'm going to give you mini targets for it. You're welcome. Oops, knock my thing off. Boom. Nope. So first we'll minus and get back to Fairy. Then we'll scry to. Put both on the bottom. We'll play to Fairy. Have to tap white mana. And we'll uptick to Fairy. Play our land. Taps one too many, but don't care, just trying to go fast. Most things go to the graveyard here. Let's start with this. Then scry with this. Good to go more cards deep if we go this way. I guess we're discarding that one. Guess we're discarding this one. And we didn't get to go infinite that turn, but we almost assuredly will next turn. We might as well take one draw at it. We have the mana. So we have a Settled Wreckage here and a Haze of Pollen. I don't know what our opponent can do to come back from this. He saw us discard a Settled Wreckage, so like he can almost bet there's a Settled Wreckage as well. You can't play around it though, so this might be one of those situations where he's just going to attack, and if he misses, concede. Or if I have it, concede rather. Yeah. So that's where we were in that game. Tell our opponent. Oh, well, so he said you can't see it. I'll copy it then and then write it in a second. Good call. Anyway, so versus red black, you typically take out the things like the Karn and the Temporal Sundering. You're going to bring in a couple of Manglehorns, the Dissenters, the Lyra. What else do you want to do? I think you can bring in some number of negates, but what else would I sideboard out? Say if we took out one of these, what would we do? Just like maybe a Chart and a Glimmer? Glimmers are kind of slow in the match. Yeah, we'll just play one negate then. So we'll rewrite that. I copied it. Maybe if I give them two walls of text, they'll be able to notice it anyway. So many of our opponents don't notice that, and then I feel bad the entire day. He says he is Japan. Not on it. Let's see. English to Japan. Is this too much effort to try to be a nice guy? Just don't point that out. too much effort to be a nice guy. Okay, apparently I can't even write in. I can't copy and paste Japanese text. What? Why can I not copy and paste Japanese text? Can people not type Japanese on Moto? What? Why? Why, Moto? Now it's working. Hold on here. That might work. Now it's just. No. Every time I press enter, it goes away. It's ridiculous. Moto, come on. Yeah, well, anyway. So if we get to a point where I think he's about to concede or I think I've won, I'm just going to concede. This is ridiculous. I can't remember a game that doesn't have the ability to have foreign language text in it that I've played in the last like 10 years or something. I didn't know you couldn't on Moto. I'm I'm offended by this. I don't know why I'm so offended by this, but I am. I'm like beyond offended by this. Out of all of the bugs and everything that they have with Moto, this is what they got me with that aggravates me. This. Wow. Really? This is what aggravates me? Yeah, Mike, I just woke up when you saw me earlier, so I got my Monday stream, but now we're trying to get on a slightly better schedule, so we're doing our Tuesday stream, and hopefully we'll be streaming about this time most weekday mornings. Hopefully, opponent has a good hand. So do we. No discard spell, please. We really want this thing. Well, that was a good draw. Or a good card. They could have had it. I don't know that it was a draw. Boom! Sevenus. I'm actually going to dump that. Wah, 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 wah. Peer, 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 peer. Peer, 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 peer. Boom. Okay, I don't know what you're telling me to tell him, but if this is going to get me banned, I'm going to be angry. Apparently, I can't say that word because it's got shit in the front of it. but thank you for helping. Thank you very much. I can't believe this offends me so much. Yes, yes, the chat really censored that. uh, why do I have to be so uneducated? Your opponent's gonna report me for harassment soon. He just wrote no prize okay. I don't know if he understands. I'm pretty sure I could have just like smiled and went on about my day. Boom. Guess I don't want to yield to that. Yes, to the graveyard. Up she goes. It's a Manglehorn. Doesn't really do a lot. We tried so hard. We just want to be nice. Just want to be nice. I could have cast Manglehorn that turn, I guess. Better than giving them the land like I'm about to. No, not that. No blocks. You get to draw all the cards now. Yes, graveyard. No! I'm just gonna cast this. It can block. I'm tempted to use my Field of Runes just so we can flip our Search for Azcanta, but it's got a Gift of Paradise on it, so I'd rather just play Manglehorn and Chump Block. This thing's getting ready to ultimate next turn, though, so it's not like we have a lot of time. We have a lot of problems to answer here. Not Glorybringer. Alright, we're just dead. We have no out now. I rephrase. Teferi into Nexus is still an out. Still wins, right? You're not a Teferi. You're not a Teferi. I thought we were going to win this game. Teferi's not enough anymore. No cards enough now, I guess? Did exert that. Alright. Well, at least we might not even have to worry about it. I took Search for Azcanta out. I don't know if anybody realizes that. That's a mistake. I meant to protect Charter Course out. Pretty much don't take these Search for Azcantas out hardly in any match now. With this deck. Especially versus like the slower builds of red black. Apparently today is made up of the National Cheeseburger Days. Apparently there's all sorts of deals and freebies running around. Wow, there's really a restaurant called Fat Burger? I thought that was just a movie. Huh. Yeah, I don't want to knock people out of anything if we have no chance to win. It just always feels rude to me. I don't know why. Like, I just, I've never really liked that system. Wish you could only get paired versus like records and stuff, but then the queues would probably just be for like ever long. But thank you. It's something I always try to do. I actually have a weird conscience. Like sometimes, like chat ignores us, or like doesn't speak our language, or has this minimized and doesn't even see it. And then like they scoop to us, and I instantly feel awful. Like I actually bothers me for some time because I hate doing it. Also, do not like getting paired versus Wizards employees and losing versus them. Like that kind of aggravates me as well. I don't like that system, but it is what it is. Hey man, what's up? I'm weird. I like a lot of things or I'm weird about a lot of things, and that's just some of them. No, no, no. Don't have duress. Get that out of here. Why didn't you just play Heart of Kieran? Why didn't you let Mangle do its thing? This guy looks like a lot more brutal than a 2-2, by the way. I guess they're not going to cast anything on 3 mana that I care about. Maybe a Doomfall, but I don't care about a Doomfall right now. I want to negate for the turn that they play Chandra. Yeah, Wizards employees get unlocked accounts and their events are free. However, they can never win prizes. Kind of interesting. I think I'm just going to jam this and be greedy. Wizards of the Coast employees are not allowed to concede games for any reason. Like, it's one of the things they agree to when they get the account, the unlocked account. They're not allowed to concede games. Oh, are you asking if or you're asking if it's against the rules for me to do it? No, it's not against the rules for me to do it. It's against the rules to um like like if I'd said I'm going to concede to you, will you give me, a ticket or something? That's against the rules. Well, I mean, some people like to play just because it's fun or whatever, and I understand that. And some of them do use it for like event prep. Like say you're going to do coverage that helps you get used to the format. And like not everybody's a winning player, so like a lot of them can't just afford to play the volume that they may or may not need to play. But it's just not something I like. So, but no, you can see the game for basically whatever reason you want at any time. You just can't ask for or for like some kind of support for it. So I think it's gonna be hard for our opponent to beat us here. Um, I think I'm actually gonna let that resolve. I don't really think that affects the outcome of this game any. We're just gonna take like some damage and he's gonna chump block. But because of our first strike, it's literally just a chump block. Oh my god, I had a Manglehorn in my hand, guys. Why didn't I play my Manglehorn? Why didn't I play my Manglehorn? Does anybody have any idea? I'm too busy talking to chat. No idea. I don't think it matters unless they draw some lands, but like they could presumably still just draw Kindling Phoenix and maybe something like maybe we don't draw a 7th land for a long time. But that's pretty unlikely, I think. I'm pretty sure that we're just going to untap it, draw a land, and win the game. I was wrong. How bad have I played today? I'm going to hold this Manglehorn in case they have another Heart of Kieran. We will not make the same We will not make the same play twice. All right, I'm conceding to him. No, I thought he didn't understand, and I was going to concede to him. I was too slow. Oh no! Now I feel like a jerk. I thought he understood, but then I second guessed myself, and I didn't do it quick enough. Oh, what a tilt! Now I feel like a jerk. I should have just conceded there. Like, that wasn't a losable game. I should have just conceded. Everybody knows that we'd won that game. Why? Why am I so dumb? Uh, man. Hey, Boot. Yeah. I didn't even wake up till like 11:45 last night. Well, I think it's just you. I'm awake about this time every day. I'll probably be up till about 5 p.m. and then I'll sneak off to bed. All right. We just scummed our opponent last round. We should feel good about ourselves. We had a pretty big variety of decks today. I sleep. I sleep every night from like 7 p.m. to like midnight or whatever, unless there's League of Legends coverage or a Grand Prix coverage or something that I want to watch. Yeah, I'm actually now getting excited about Ravnica. Still not read spoilers, but I'm getting excited. I just don't want to play with Scarab God anymore. Don't want to play with red decks being crazy anymore. I just want new cards in general. I didn't pre-order any Ravnica though, so I'm not going to have cards to play with in paper. I think I want at least one of these. Get rid of that. Slam that. I can't tell people new sets suck because I've not read enough of the cards. I will say that the cards I have read seem considerably less powerful than the blocks that we're leaving, with the exception of Assassin Trophy. But that doesn't mean that they are. That just means the few that I've read. Yeah, like if I wanted to win, we would just be playing red black every league, like Misplaced Ginger, and that's fine if people enjoy that. It's just not what I enjoy. Like I don't want to pigeonhole myself into doing that, but like if other people like it, it's cool. I'm basically playing 7 mana explorers right now. 7 mana explorers are fun. But I don't think people will want to step back in power level. I think they'll be excited at the beginning, but I think when power steps back on cards, that people in general just get less excited to play them after the initial new wears off of it. Obviously, it's Ravnica returning to Ravnica. It's going to be highly popular at the beginning, but for like the casual fan, I feel like the new will wear off of it, or not the casual fan, like the people below grinder status, the Friday Night Magic players, like the general person you would see in a league, etc. Feel like it'll get thin on them real quick. Alright, well, we drew a lot of cards, it took a lot of turns, and we failed. The one thing I do like about new sets, though, is the opportunity to make money. I will take my 3 damage because I am a champion. Oh, 2 damage, sorry, there's no black permanent in play. Cool, they tapped a bunch of mana. Why didn't they play that pre-combat? What? I like how I didn't even bother to look and see if we could find our Supreme Will because I wouldn't have counterspelled that anyway. We found it. I just wouldn't have counterspelled it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Basically, I wanted to fairy. Boom. Nice. You're 8-month-old. I did not know you were a father. That is news to me. I would refer to them by their name, but I do not know it. I kind of want to play this, but like it's probably just not to. Not right to. Like our opponent's just going to tap out again or something, and then we're going to play the fairy and win in a turn. Of course, by doing nothing, we give them the chance to doomfall it, I guess. We're more likely to have a Vraska's Contempt than a doomfall, though. Just gonna take my damage again because I'm a wild man. Tap your mana. You can do it, Red Zone. That's not tapping your mana at all. What is this? What? What? Red Zone thinks we're a counterspell deck, I believe. Sure, we'll transform our card that's not here and see if there's a Moto bug. I think opponent just thinks we have counterspells. Well, my search for Ascanta back. I assume this Teferi's gonna die, so I'm just gonna try to get the search back. Are we about to get a Johnny emblemed? And is it something we can beat? Oh yeah, we can totally beat that card. I have fogs. Yes, I do. I have fogs. How about you? Wah, 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 wah. You've been fogged. Angel of Sanctions? No, it's just Lyra. Wow, we get to untap with the fairy? What a world! What a world we live in. What a world. Boom. Up she goes. Let's start to climb. I'll be shocked if this game. I'll be shocked if our opponent gets another turn. Even if we don't even bother to use proper sequencing and things. We'll take one of those. I messed up there. I technically should have did that during my end step, but we're going to use all of our mana exactly anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh, I have to tap another mana? I thought I had... Oh, I do have one more. I've not played my land for the turn. I was going to say, I thought I had an extra land. Alright, you can get out of my deck. Need to stop during my upkeep now. We're just doing fun things for everybody who's playing this game. Everybody who's playing this game is having an equal amount of fun right now. I assure you. Everybody's having the same amount of fun. Whatever. We'll start with this. Wait, X is currently 2? X shouldn't be 2. X should have been 1. Oh, I didn't tap my mana right, I guess. That should do it. Yeah, X should be 1 if I do that. Thank you. Bottom. This deck is fun, though. At least in my humblest of opinions. I have to just like keep randomly discarding things. Alright. We don't need you to vary. Messed up there. I was supposed to Nissa first, but at this point it doesn't matter. Oh, we're still on my upkeep. My bad. It's still on my upkeep. Whoopsie. It's all the cards. Um, we can almost ultimate that Teferi. I should have probably just cast another Teferi. Like a long time ago. I probably should have just cast another Teferi. I guess you and you. Whatever. I'm just drawing my card now at this point. Uh, boom, boom. We literally can't fizzle at this point. So I'm just trying to make the fewest actions possible. Should have discarded 2 next as to send a message. Game will actually end pretty quickly. Again, if we were trying to take advantage of everything, we would be using our thing there. I played a land. I have. I just want all the turns. I played my land. Yeah, played my land. Get attacked for 2. That should be enough. And then next turn, it should be over. We probably took a few extra too many cards there. If we were playing in paper or we were playing like in a PPTQ online, I'd have a pen and paper beside me tracking this stuff, but I refuse to use the brain power on trying to memorize it right now. I'm going to bring in one of these just in case. I'm going to bring in a couple of negates because they feel like they're typically pretty spell heavy. We'll get rid of these things, and I'm probably going to cut like one gift, one chart. One root snare because why not? By the way, Sean Corp, how are you doing on your lovely day off? This is a keep. These are typically hard matches, by the way, because they typically play like a knight on 2, a history on 3, and then like keep the pressure up with counter or with discard spells to where you can't really go off while having contempts to stop you from doing anything wild. So like this is actually typically a really hard match. Our opponent either drew poorly or played poorly last game. I'm not sure which. No, it's even worse than normal. Oh yeah. Thank you. Good call, tacos. I'd forgot. I'm not a wise man. I'm just a beautiful man. As Sean Corp knows, I bring the pretty. They took our charter course, so now we can't even mess up and play it on turn 2. Hey, an opponent who understands. Wise guy. A local Magic team here is called the Wise Guys. They have a bunch of playmats and shirts and stuff. A cool logo. I can't negate that. Why would you play a spell I can't negate, opponent? Our opponent clearly doesn't want us to play Magic. Sean Court brings the money. I bring the pretty. I can't negate you either. This game's just going nowhere I want to go. Wah, 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 wah. Shuffle that back in so we can draw it again. And by draw it again, I mean I'm going to draw it next turn and concede and rage. You know, I don't think this game's over. I think there's like a reasonable chance that if we just draw an untapped green source, we can still win. I'm shaking my head no as I say that, by the way. Yeah, if you think you're going to lose, pal, let me know. I don't want to intimidate you with my sweet Ixalan Art Glacial Fortress. Look at that. That's a ship that's wrecked in the background. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 damage. And off we go to the next game. Let's just sneak this fog back in their deck and feel bad for ever taking it out. I think he's got less spells than I thought he had to. Want you back. Get rid of you as well. Alright. So, win or lose here, we suck today. Snap it off. We have all of our colors of mana that matter, because screw green. Green doesn't matter. Blue, white for life. So all of our colors of mana that matter, because we just want to be a blue-white deck. I was going to play the blue-white Super Friends deck today from the recent PPTQ Top 8, but it was more money than I could get with my account on Mana Traders. It was like $420 and I can get like $350. So, kind of ruined that. Don't you even think about it, pal. He thought about it. He did it. Goodbye, Glimmer. We will miss you. I'm going to cycle this Deliverance, and then our opponent's going to cast a Sorcerer's Spyglass next turn, and we're going to just be real sad. You know, I was choking myself. Not that anybody could tell. Well, mimicking a choking noise. I wasn't physically choking myself, because that would be weird to do while streaming. That's the type of thing I like to do in the privacy of my own home. The privacy of my own home. Boom. What you gonna do when the gift of paradise comes down and goes wild on you? No judgment. That's a good card. Woo! We'll settle the wreckage just if he attacks. I want my Glimmer back. No, no. Not more discard spells. No! I said not more discard spells. Not play a friggin' friggity frig cat self rebooter. Hey, caramba. Things aren't going well. There's Cleansing Novas in this deck, though, so those spells might not be gone forever. We gotta find it fast, though. Could risk drawing Search, but Search is basically the only spell we would want to play there, so I think it's safer to just wait and use our farmlands at the end of his turn to play around like a random discard spell. Like, we don't want to draw to Fairy or the Cleansing Nova that we're looking for or whatever and have it stranded in our hand for a Duress or a Doomfall type effect. Well, he's playing around additional settled wreckages. What a man, I assume. We're missing a land drop too. Kind of weird. Teferi? It's a card. Just gonna play these though. See if we can find a way to protect Teferi. Cast our 7 mana maybe. Wait. Wait, what? What? Why do I feel like they should have just drawn 2 cards? Huh. I kinda wanna play this Teferi and just tick it down and get my Glimmer back. What I'm gonna do. And that's game. It's not actually game. We have a Lyra in our deck, but now we're playing the only Lyra. Well, we just drew the card I like to call our only chance. Okay. Have to save this negate to protect our Lyra. It's our, as previously stated, only chance. Hi, my name's Lyra. How are you? What you doing? Hi, my name's Lyra. I will block. He's got this in play, by the way, so it's not like our Lyra even does a great deal. We could draw an untapped land right now and like 15 them, though. Potentially just win. Guess we could never win because of that. No, that's not an untapped land. So if we attack, we go, oh, we have a Rootbound Snare. We can always attack. We need to draw another negate, but I think we only brought the one in. Yeah, that's not good. I had 7 mana? Wait, I had 7 mana and I didn't know. I thought I didn't have 7 mana. Alright, so I potentially threw this game too. I didn't think I had 7 mana. I don't know why I counted it so wrong. Yeah, we do. But what the hell's math? We didn't come here to do math. Do we at least have the Supreme Will still in our deck? Sweet, we have the Supreme Will. It matters. It matters. It matters a lot. Should have played that during my upkeep as well. I did not. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to freebooter that had we played correctly. It's okay. We're just going to draw one this turn. Told you. So we're going to get our settled wreckage back at least. What you going to do when the settled wreckage comes back and runs wild on you? It does not feel like it is, Hades, but I have played horrendously the entire night. Let's gamble and see if we can hit one. Alright, we didn't hit one. We're back where we were. Are they going to flip the Bloodfast? They are. Bloodfast is like really good right now, especially when they have the Deadlands in play. I think I shouldn't have sideboarded out the Karn Sundering Titan. You should attack me with that freebooter, friend. Wow, they gained the life. Or they took all the cards. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. I'm a lyre bringer, now pour me out. They tapped a lot of mana. I think I'm not about... Okay. That's fine. We're still alive. Still alive. We got a 3-3. What fun! We win! Lyra did Lyra things. So when we attack here, he's forced to chump block, and then we just take another turn and we win. So we got the guaranteed win. We'll go ahead and tell him GG and concede. Oh, we didn't even need that Nexus. we had it for days. We show off, reveal our hand. Show off, reveal our hand. Get that free advertising in, because one more person watching doesn't change anything, but is appreciated. Alright, well, I got wrecked, I got destroyed, I did not play well, I did not come close to doing things, but I had a lot of fun. I'm trying to sing, but it's just not coming out like music. Anyway, I will see you on Wednesday, and I have no idea what we're going to play. So take care, everybody, and thank you for stopping by.